Just drop some water in there. Make some prolific candy. Does that annoy you?
I'm filming this workout. This is gonna be a sick edit.
Oh yeah.
Of me shooting
so it's gonna be
up their nose.
So what I thought would be cool is I'm gonna take Rashaun through a leg workout today. So we're gonna be kind of limited in terms of what we can do in the hotel gym. But there is some half decent equipment, some dumbbells and stuff. So I'm gonna take a guy who has never trained legs through his first leg workout. Wow! I always get him to film on days I train legs, so it's my fault. Steph just uploaded a video. If you guys aren't subscribed to her, I know there's like 300,000 of you that aren't subscribed to her.
You should subscribe to me. I'll teach you everything that...
Her channel is like mine, except more informative, more attractive, more interesting. Everything is just better.
I know. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna go kill this leg workout, and it's 2:30 now. The show starts at 5, so we're gonna have to keep it pretty efficient. So let's get it. So we're gonna start with this apparatus right here. So I'm guessing this is some kind of hoist leg press. And I've actually never tried this before. And that is the weirdest thing. I've never done.
It moves with you, like all the hoist machines, but it's weird when you're laying on it.
It feels so cool. I honestly love this thing. Already. I'm gonna do like 20 reps kind of as a warm-up.
Do you fit in that thing? He doesn't fit.
Yeah, that does feel weird.
It's kind of nice. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So let's just like toss a plate on. And I want to do like 8 to 10 reps on this. So I have no idea what the weight standard is for this machine, but I'm gonna try out a plate, and if it's too light, then I'll just get you to flick on another one until I can get a feel for what I should be using.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely too light. I'd say throw on another 2 plates. All right, let's go, Rashaun. Nice. Man, that's not bad for your first time.
I think I need to do a disclaimer. This is not my first time training legs.
Just in case people really think that.
People are gonna think this is my first time training legs.
Jeff just likes to troll him.
First time, you know, probably this week, last week.
That's our fault though, we work you too hard.
Yeah, I'm just a photographer, obviously.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you got 8 for sure. Nice. That's good. Attaboy. Good. That's good. That's solid, man. Your form is really good. Like, I feel like your depth is good. You're going like right to that point of parallel. Your knees are staying out, like they're not caving in. I would never say this is your first time. I don't always love these hoist machines, but this one has a really interesting movement pattern. I feel like my range of motion was actually pretty small there. Go down a bit more. It's my first time using it. You usually don't see this, so I like it though. You like it? Yeah, I do. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm. Yeah, there should be enough. I should be. There were 2 people in the gym, and Sean just so happened to be a subscriber.
What's up? Say what's up, Sean. At the time we're filming, there just so happens to be cleaning in here right now, so if you hear the vacuum, hopefully it won't be going for too long. Let's go. Breathe easy. Come on, get it. Get to 10. 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8, 9. Come on, beat me. 10. Let's go. Come on, get 11. Nice, man. Nice, Rashaun.
Boy, that's sick, man. Good. Nice work. All right, so we just finished up with the hoist leg press. Next, we're gonna do Romanian Dumbbell Deadlift. I'm gonna basically just like take Rashaun through some of the coaching cues that I use, but it's basically a straight leg deadlift. So you hold the dumbbells up front, sort of set your hips back. So this is how you initiate the movement. You have a slight bend in your knees, and lower the dumbbells just below your knees, and then extend up. So basically, you want to keep like a flat back.
Yeah.
The only thing that you're doing is
you could have like a flexibility thing.
Yeah.
Like your hamstrings might not be quite flexible enough for you to not bend your knee.
Yeah.
So basically you just want to work up to that full range of motion.
Yeah.
So for you, you might want to start just by going down to the top of your kneecap, right? And that might be a good enough of a stretch for you. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can go a little bit lower. Another really common mistake is that people will bring the dumbbells out in front of them because they feel like their knees are going to get in the way, right? So if you just drop the dumbbell straight down, it's going to hit your knee.
Right.
So you have to go out in front of it. But that means you're not setting your hips back enough. So this is why you want to initiate with the hips going back, and you actually want those dumbbells to go up and down in a completely straight line. So they're not coming forward, because if they come forward, look what happens to your feet. You go up on your toes, right? You lose your balance. So you want to stay planted with your heels. Your weight is always on your heels, and the dumbbells are just going straight up and down in a straight line. That's it. So it's all happening at the hips. That's so much better, man. That's really good. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's different because this is actually on your shin, not up here. And there's nothing under your legs.
Like under your ankle?
Yeah,
you know,
it's very different. Yeah. The range of motion is really short for me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are definitely different. I'm doing 20 and 20 here, by the way.
20 and 20?
Yeah.
Okay, 20.
Let's go. One thing that
You can't get out.
One thing that I usually like recommend, this one's a little bit weird, but is to play with different foot positions.
Yeah.
So like what most people find is they're stronger if they point their toes back towards them, so if they dorsiflex. But you might be able to feel your hamstrings working more if you point them down. So one thing that I'll do sometimes is be like, is recommend point your toe down. I mean, take a set to failure or close to failure, then point them back. Now you're suddenly stronger again, and you can extend the set that way, right? It ultimately comes down to like, I think, where you feel the best. To you, when I was watching you do them then, it seemed like you just had your foot neutral. Like you weren't actively flexing it up or down.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I typically will point it back towards me, and I find I'm a lot stronger that way. So you should try it like that next time and see how it feels. Oh man, that's soft. I say we use this plane right here.
Walk down here?
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm gonna start with there. I'm gonna go low. Step out a little further. Nice. There you go. Very good, man. That's great, man. Good job. A couple things I usually have people focus on in this is even you could do this a little bit more. Step a little bit further forward, so you're still quite narrow, and you're. Not that this is necessarily a bad thing, but you're gonna get a lot more quad out of doing it this way. Whereas if you take that wider step forward, you're gonna get a lot more glute and hamstring involvement, which is kind of the point of this one. So that's the way I like to do them. You wanna use this back leg almost just as a stabilizer. So you wanna be driving your heel of the front leg through the floor and forward. So this is what's pushing you forward, right? So then that's how it becomes a glute movement. If you're pushing off with this back leg, you're getting a lot of momentum, and it's almost like kind of a cheat, really. So you wanna almost treat it as if this leg isn't even there. You'll get a lot more out of it that way. So this is the working leg. And then also, don't go too much in front of yourself. So like go slightly out more to the side. And you'll create a wider base of support. The other thing is just time. Like the more you do them, the more you'll get used to stabilizing. Come on, finish it up. Good, man.
Good job, Rashaun.
Nice work, bro. That was great. That was really, really good job.
Thanks, man.
And one thing, like, I just want to say is that, like, Rashaun is an experienced trainee. Like, how long have you been training?
Probably like a year and a half, maybe 2.
Year and a half to 2 years. So he would probably fall into that, like, I would put you more so in like the early intermediate stage. But as a personal trainer, you don't want to come in and do basically what I just did to you for a beginner. Like that was me totally joking. Like Rashaun has been through training for a year and a half or 2 years. So to push someone like that is different than pushing someone who's totally new, in which case you want to introduce them to the form and the movement slowly so they're not like wrecked for a week like you're going to be. But it doesn't matter if you are.
No, that's like John might have some calves.
Calves?
What do you think?
All right, I won't skip calves.
This guy says he's had the same size calves since he was 6 years old.
It's true, man.
Please rip them apart.
Genetics are big when it comes to calves, man. Yeah. One thing, or I'll say 2 little things that I find to be helpful with the standing calf raise. One, you've probably heard before, but you want to let that elastic energy, potential energy, dissipate by taking a slight pause at the bottom of each rep. The Achilles tendon is extremely elastic, so you can get a lot of momentum with a little bit of bounce and take away from your calves actually doing the work. And the other thing I find to be helpful is to take off your sneakers. I find I can get a way better range of motion and it just feels so much more solid than when I have the shoes on. I feel like my feet will like slip around in the shoe too much. So those are 2 little quick tips. If you want more on calves, just check out my calf training science explained video, which I did forever ago, and I feel like we need to redo it, like do it properly. By the way, I'm planning to redo a bunch of my science explained videos, some of the earlier ones, so I'm redoing my back one, redoing a leg one, I'm gonna do a quad one, probably redo hamstrings, and I wanna redo calves. So that's at least 4 more body part videos where the research will be a little more comprehensive and it just edited in more of a professional way. So look forward to that. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up the workout. As usual, I'll have the whole workout linked in the description if you'd like to try it out for yourself. And as of now, I think we're just gonna head over to the competition. Yeah, we'll try to get there a little bit early. There might be a bit of an expo, but yeah, check with you guys in a minute. So we're headed to the night show. It's like 4:30, starts at 5. So I'm really excited for bikini. I've done a lot of coaching in bikini, but only on the national level in Canada. I don't think I've coached anyone to nationals in the US, so I'm really excited to see kind of how it compares. Caliber competition, it's gonna be cool. Excited?
Yeah, they're really high.
Yeah, I know.
Caliber's so high.
Yeah,
you have to have a lot of muscle in bikini at the national level.
Okay.
Body.
Should have shared it on my Facebook too. Just go Facebook.
No, change it because you want to increase it.
You can smell so much tan. Like as soon as you walk in, all you can smell is the pro tan. I like the smell because it reminds me of competing, but it's very, very distinct. We're just picking up our tickets now. Then we're gonna go inside, and I think the plan is for Rashaun to get a bunch of clips of the show and maybe do a little edit. So we're gonna get into that right now. Check this building out, bro.
I know, that's crazy, eh?
What's going on, guys? We just finished up with the show. I was really impressed with the level of competition overall. I was also surprised at the sheer number of competitors. So USA Nationals is way, way bigger than Canadian Nationals in terms of number of competitors. And I guess one, in my opinion, slightly negative side effect of that is that the show went on for like 5 hours.
Long.
So it was an insanely long finals, which honestly does get a bit repetitive. So that would be my one critique maybe. And I actually heard from one of the competitors that they're increasing the qualification standards. So you have to place top 2 now in order to qualify. But anyway.
Top 3 before, so if you competed and you were in the top 3 of a national qualifier, then you were invited to compete at this event, so that's a lot for every national qualifier.
I personally found myself most drawn to the classic physique division, and the shorter class in that division. I found like the shorter guys just had the rounder muscle bellies, slightly more aesthetic look. Probably slightly biased towards that class, being a shorter guy myself. But I just thought that they looked better, honestly.
That class also, just particularly this shorter class, they also had younger guys.
Yeah.
And they just looked really good.
They look more aesthetic, yeah, in my opinion. But yeah, the classic physique division is definitely appealing to me. That's gonna wrap it up.
Classic physique division, maybe?
We'll see. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to
me if you haven't already. Subscribe to him if you're not haven't already.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.